Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Master Coach Aaron Guyett and the Education Director at Living.fit. I'm here on the Kettlebell Kings YouTube channel as well as Living.fit/live. And so if you want more of these, just go to Living.fit, and there is a ton of free information as well as some membership stuff and certifications, virtual certifications, all sorts of education, workouts, movement breakdowns just like this one. So the movement breakdown this week follows after Kevin. So Kevin O'Malley from Fort Worth, Texas. He's also Kevin Does Stuff on Instagram, right? You can check him out. He did the challenge for the week, the weekly battle ropes challenge, and it was pulling 90 pounds, right? 90 pounds at the end of your rope with a 50-foot length, inch-and-a-half rope and pulling it towards you as fast as you possibly can. Well, if you want to do that, all you need is a kettlebell. So I got my Kettlebell Kings kettlebell right here. I've got my anchor strap with my carabiner, and then I've got my rope. So I just basically double half hitch around here, right? So it doesn't slip down off the rope, and it's also really easy to undo. And if you're looking as to how to do that, you can check out the YouTube, right? There's the archives of my lives, which shows and breaks it down step by step how to do that, as well as on Living.fit. I break it down step by step there as well, right? So you basically just put a bunch of weight at the end of a rope, right? And from there, you start your workout. So this workout and this movement breakdown, I'm going to break down kind of how I would begin to do it first, right? So first you got the setup, then I'm going to probably stand initially in some sort of staggered stance, right? And because of that staggered stance, I'm going to kind of sink down into my lower body. I got gravity-ground connection to generate force, but then the line of force is actually in the direction of the rope, which is pretty awesome, right? So it's showing exactly what direction that I'm resisting against or pulling towards me. So I'm going to pull, so that's all my pull muscles, bicep, shoulder, scapula, grip, right, grippers with my forearm, and then I'm going to pull here. But what you're seeing is I'm also going to be doing some rotating, right? My hips are going to rotate a little bit, my T-spine is going to rotate a little bit, my scapula is going to retract a whole ton, and then I switch sides, right? So I can also staggered stance on the other side and do same thing. I could square up and make this a very sagittal movement, so I'm just pulling and pulling, or I can actually rotate with my pull. So it's still transverse plane, frontal engagement, as well as sagittal movement, right, the direction of the rope. So as you see, when I pull my kettlebells here, I've got them basically covered to protect my floor, as well as to protect the kettlebell. So I've got an old beanie on this one, and I've got an old Marine Corps shirt that's turned into a rag on this one. And it does a decent job of protecting my floor, if you got a floor that needs to be protected. Now, if you have like a rubber floor or something like that, it's going to be perfect. And the perfect rope is going to be that outdoor rope. It has that canvas cover on it. But let's break down, because if that's how I'm going to kind of initially do it, and I keep, again, long spine, proud chest, right? My abs are going to be nice and engaged. It's going to highly engage my vertical core, so rectus abdominis, transverse abdominis, internal, external obliques, right? It's going to massively engage my glute, my quad, my hamstring, all that, just to get this pull to happen. Obviously, what I want to stay away from is rounding out my back, folding over of my shoulders. So I'm fighting that. It's a lot of posterior engagement, right? So the back of the body, as well as anterior engagement. Then, if I want to change it up, I can actually go down into like a staggered stance position and grab with one hand, pull, and if I want, I can switch to the other side, or I could pull multiple pulls. I could do a pull from down below, so it's going to activate my hamstring and glute a lot more, as long as it doesn't, as long as I don't feel a ton of pressure in my lower back, right? So that's a great way to engage the lower body, and specifically on one side, so asymmetrically, right, or unilaterally. Then if I want, I can actually face laterally or face away and pull either across here, or I can pull it towards me this way. I can pull through and make it very hip hinge, right? Or I can get down into the full kneeling position. So full kneeling, both knees on the ground. And as I pull, it's gonna force my core, my upper torso, my vertical core to engage even more because my legs can't do as much work. And I'm still gonna feel it in the quads, still gonna feel it in the glutes, still gonna feel it in the hamstring. Then if I wanna remove most of that, so get rid of the quads, most of the hamstring and glute are gone, I'm gonna sit on my butt. And then there, it's all upper body, right? A lot more happening with the arms, a lot more happening with the scapula, with the lats, with the upper back muscles to make this happen, the abs to make this pull happen. Then I can get down and actually lay down and I can pull it towards me. So if I pull kind of hand over hand down to my waist, that's going to be a little bit of bicep, a little bit of shoulder, lots of upper back. If I pull where I just stabilize and engage my upper back, but then pull towards me this way, right? That's going to be far more bicep while I'm pulling than pulling it down here at my waist. And you see why, right? So it's actually, I'm doing a lot less work with the upper back and I'm doing a lot more work with that bicep. It's still going to be stabilizing through my shoulder and through my upper back, but this one is going to be far more of the lat doing a bunch of the work while I'm stabilizing and assisting the pull with my bicep and shoulder and whatnot. So just kind of playing around with it. There's tons of different ways, right? Your options are only limited by your own creativity and how you're going to set yourself up on the rope. And we didn't even get into plank pulls, crawling position pulls, lying down, pulling towards your feet, right? And even moving while you pull. So I can do a lateral lunge down, pull, boom, back up, lateral lunge down, pull. There are a ton of different ways to make this movement happen. So I hope that movement breakdown helps you out. I hope it gives you a ton of ideas so you can move forward for more ideas and for very specific and detailed explanations on how to do it so you don't hurt yourself, so that you can train not only yourself, but also your clients even better. Check out living.fit. We've got education, we've got movement breakdowns, we've got exercises, we got workouts, we've got it all there. Enjoy and make your next one your best one.